Why do some people only show up in our lives when they need something? This question is rarely born out of simple curiosity. It usually comes from a quiet kind of pain. From that small moment when you open a message and already know what it will say. Not, how are you? Not, it's been a while, but straight to, can you? Human relationships are always built on exchange. We exchange attention, time, support. But sometimes that exchange becomes one-sided. One person gives, the other takes. And it repeats over and over until something inside you grows tired. There are people who see connection as something practical. They are not necessarily cruel or cold. Their minds simply work this way. If there is a need, there is contact. If there is no need, there is silence. For them, it feels logical. For us, it hurts. Often this pattern is shaped over years. Some people grew up in environments where attention was given only when there was a problem. Others learned to communicate through tasks, fixing, solving, asking for help. They may genuinely not realize that for someone else, it matters to stay in touch without a specific reason. But the truth is, the pain does not come from the request itself. Most of us don't mind helping. The pain comes from feeling valued only for what we provide, not as a human being with emotions, exhaustion, dreams, and struggles, but as a useful function. When you realize that you are remembered only when something is broken, as if you are a service center, as if your role is to always be available. In those moments, the imbalance becomes painfully clear. You remember their birthdays, you check in on them, you care about their problems, and in return, silence, until they need something again. Then suddenly, you are important. From a psychological perspective, people often reach out where they feel safe. They write to the one who will respond. Maybe you are their symbol of reliability, the person who won't say no. And here lies the paradox. Your kindness becomes the reason for your exhaustion. At the same time, it is important to be honest. Sometimes it is not just an inability to maintain contact. Sometimes it is a transactional mindset, a strategy of minimal investment with maximum benefit. This kind of interaction may work in the short term, but it slowly erodes trust. And then a difficult question arises. Why do we allow it to continue? Perhaps because we want to feel needed. Deep down, every human being wants to feel significant. And even if that significance appears only through requests and favors, we accept it, because it feels better than complete silence. But healthy relationships are not built only on, can you help me? They also include, how are you? They hold interest without utility. Presence not only in crisis, but also in calm. When someone shows up only when they need something, they reveal how they see the world. And when we feel hurt, we reveal how we see it. We long for warmth, reciprocity, simple human connection. Maybe the answer is not about forcing others to change. Maybe it is about learning to recognize where you are seen as a person and where you are seen only as convenience. And most importantly, to remember this: you deserve to be valued not only when you are useful. You deserve messages that arrive simply because you exist. What do you think about this? Write your thoughts in the comments.